yeah.
No, quite often it's just going to be a little smudge. Just going to be a little skip. Somebody, let's say they're running out of water, they're going to start dragging their toe.
They call it cutting sign, an ancient American Indian skill to track hostile forces. U.S. Border Patrol agent Lee Pinkerton and his team set out to keep watch in remote territory near Canada.
We're just like somewhat between a quarter and a half a mile from the border here. And this is an area that we have had cases that have tried to come through and beat us right here.
Some years ago, an Islamic bomber was actually caught trekking through hills near here. It might not be the high-tech way, but their primary mission since 9/11 is to stop terrorism. With a key concern, particularly in this isolated place, that Islamic terrorists will pay local organized crime gangs to get them across into America.
They really don't care what is in that particular load that they may be smuggling across. But none of those guys, I challenge, are going to get out and unzip a duffel bag to ensure that it's some kind of narcotic that they're smuggling. It could just as easy being any kind of a nuclear device.
So of course this is all the U.S. Off the right-hand side of the aircraft, off our nose.
The border itself is more than 5,000 miles long.
Canada's just right back there, that furthest tree line.
It divides two friendly nations. Canada on the left-hand road, America on the right. No fence as such, in many places difficult to know where the border is. But since 9/11, eyes are everywhere.
There are seismic sensors, there are magnetic sensors for vehicles, as well as infrared sensors. We also have cameras that are in place, and these cameras have comprehensive coverage.
In many places, the border is barely marked. A post here, nothing at all, then a line of rocks, that's all. So easy, tempting even, just to step across. Both the Canadian and the American governments say their priority on this border is to stop terrorism. And they both know that all it would take is for one bomber to take a few steps in that direction to have carried out an attack on American soil.
They had started the tunnel in that Quonset hut, and then they dug by hand all the way through underneath the highway here and ended up in the basement of the house on the U.S. side.
Here could be the worst fear. A tunnel actually built under the border by organized crime gangs. This one was found in time. A sophisticated investment with reinforced walls and a cart to carry stuff through. The usual commodity would have been marijuana, grown in a $7 billion industry in Canada and found here in separate raids. The packs of money point to intricate accounting with firearms in case anything goes wrong. But the real danger is that for enough money, anything such as a dirty bomb could have gone through, no questions asked.
One would hope that they wouldn't stoop to that low a level, but it's all about money, and it's all about making money and moving that product north and south, east and west. And I would hope that would not be the case, but obviously, we can't think that. We got to think that they would, and that's where we got to concentrate our enforcement efforts.
Sergeant Brian Brasnett, one of Canada's most experienced border investigators, then took us through the overground smuggling routes.
You fly at a low altitude between these mountains, you can basically fly undetected. So these things would be at 500 feet or 600 feet, maybe lower, depending on the terrain.
One question hangs: do the gangs have a moral benchmark that would stop at supporting terror?
It's all about their payday, and they really don't care what is in that particular load that they may be smuggling across.
On both those forks there was a footprint I only noticed them going in. I didn't see if any were coming out. And there were some tire tracks as well.
Brian Brasnet, from helicopter to foot patrol now, tells our US patrol that he's seen something strange. 3 of the team break off to check it out.
If they want to cross illegally into the United States, not here, not on my watch.
The patrol read the footprints or cut the sign, and this time they turned out to be not human, but animal tracks. Thousands of miles of emptiness and a determination to keep it safe. Humphrey Hawksley, BBC News, on the US-Canada border.